Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gap. That's totally that. I am Travis, and it's Wednesday, and that means it's hump day.
It means it's Dynamite.
It means it's Dynamite.
Not humping.
AEW Dynamite, no humping. I mean, you can hump at home if you want, but make sure you have consensuality. And then there's, well, if there's two of you, make sure it's consensual, and you're of age. But anyways, other than that, it is time for Dynamite. So, Captain Cancel Culture, right? So, Captain Cancel Culture, his name's Tony Khan. He's super, super thin-skinned. Like, you could see his bones if you didn't know this. But anyways, he canceled that Brian Kendrick, who they just signed, who was going to make his debut tonight against Jon Moxley. And so that is not happening anymore.
Why is Brian Kendrick not there?
Because Brian Kendrick had different point of views that didn't agree with Tony Khan's point of views. And Tony Khan's skin is paper thin, if not thinner. It could be thinner than paper. But like I said, you can see Captain Cancel Culture's bones.
Okay, that's pathetic. Like, why would you cancel somebody that probably people were very excited?
Yeah.
And now they're like, Jon Moxley's unscripted and violence. So they're going to promote that he's violent, but he gets pissed off if somebody
I lost all respect for Jon Moxley. I do not like him anymore.
That last
because
one.
of what he did.
Yeah.
That fan. I lost all.
It's like, get over yourself. Okay.
It's all about him. No, I can't believe he's still married. Like, his wife's going to put up with that child.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's like...
He can't handle any sort of criticism.
Yeah, that's just weird. Anyways.
Also got thin skin. If you look really close, you can probably see his bones.
Right. All right, so we have Walter in the chat. Hey, Walter. We have Aaron out there, and we have Johan
hey, boss.
Fedora out there.
Looks like Ayla's in here.
His Fedora, like a play on words for a fedora, and you're like part of a hat. Just kidding. Ayla's like, hey. And Ravi's in the chat. Hey, Ravi says, Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Walter says, Jon Moxley coming to the ring. Tony Schiavone, Jim Ross, Excalibur doing commentary. Sure thing. Might be other people out there.
Oh, he's going one-on-one with Orange Cassidy. Or is it maybe Yuta? It looks like Yuta.
So, and they've got that, whatever, vampire guy with them.
Dan Housing.
There you go.
Danhausen.
Don
Wheeler Yuta.
Wheeler.
About to get his ass handed to him.
Walter's like, hey, Ayla. And Ayla's like, hi, Walter. Waving and blowing kisses in the air. It's the mixed versus Italy, and curling is coming up. Ooh, curling. That is a dad bod type of sport.
This is mixed gender.
Walter's letting you know that the chat on screen isn't working.
Life happens.
Poop on
I'll have to try it one more time. I've done it once.
Thanks for letting us know.
Hopefully you have your phone ready.
Oh, there's not very many people, but yeah.
All right, Jon Moxley with the reach around there on Yuta.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Yeah, he helped him on Adam Cole. Wasn't that very nice of him?
Who's Adam Cole?
That weirdo guy.
The feminine physique.
As Ayla says, guess what? What, Ayla? And Ravi says, like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, otherwise D will be after you. You know, Ravi, putting threats out there probably don't help with the thumbs up or the following of the channel.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't. Threatening that I'll get after him. Ooh.
Threaten everybody. All right, Jon Moxley gets kicked right in the face by Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, it was
Paige in there. We got that tag
we're buying George's grandpa's house. You won't believe the price we're getting it for, though. Like, on the end of excessive.
Obviously, it's good, or they wouldn't be buying it. So.
Or on the end of it's decent. Like, or it's like way underpriced kind of thing.
I'm sure it's way underpriced.
Walter says, go Moxley win the match. And as Walter says, there, now it works. Yeah, Walter, now you can see everything you do. And it was like subscribe or stabbing with knives will happen.
That's terrifying.
That's very
Michael
terrifying.
Myers shit right there.
Yeah.
Over in the curling, we got the prettiest curler in the history of the sport. No, I'm just teasing. I don't even know what she looks like. I just thought it's a dame.
Mixed doubles of girls and
There was a
boys.
girl earlier that had a blue jacket on, and she was very pretty. I don't know what this girl looks like because I haven't seen her face.
Oh, but she's from Italy.
Maybe this was the prettier one.
She's from America.
No, that's not her.
She looks like Serena Deeb. Ayla's like 120. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. Like, that's
nuts.
almost normal price for probably that size of
Well,
house.
it depends on what size it is.
Yeah,
obviously.
you'd have, what, do you know what the square footage is and, like, the bedrooms and stuff in
Size
it?
of the yard, what neighborhood it's in.
Yeah. You can text that to me if you want. Walter says, good news, won one game of bingo today. Oh my god, Walter won bingo today? Walter, do you, like, go to a job and they play bingo at your job? Or is it that you go to bingo after your job? Just out of curiosity. I'm kind of curious about this bingo thing.
Maybe he goes to bingo before his job.
But it doesn't seem like it. I guess he could go in the mornings.
Early morning bingo.
Yeah.
1, 2, and...
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, we know how old he is. Oh, he's not old enough to be, like, in a retirement center. You know what I mean? Like,
How do you know? No, I'm just kidding. Maybe he likes living in communities.
but that's what I would want to do. I thought about that my whole life. I'm like, it'd be kind of cool to live in one of those places. They have, like, dances and, like...
They have all kinds of, like, community things until the stupid stuff they did with the coronavirus. So now everybody's dumb.
Oh.
It was like, right, problem is it's bad. He'll probably take $50K to fix it up.
Well, it depends on how much and where and how you itemize things and your importance on different things. But I'm sure it's not so bad. Unless there's literally no walls.
Yeah. If there's no walls, then it's really bad.
But, like, carpet in the kitchen and stuff like that, that isn't a huge priority.
Mm-mm. Like, there's things that you can put on the back burner. You know, cleaning and stuff like that. This is how I looked at it when I bought a house.
Get your
Is there a
mom over
kitchen
there
that
for about a
works?
week before you move in. She'll take care of it.
Is there a bathroom that works? And do you have
One bedroom.
a bedroom?
Then
Even if you all have to live in the same bedroom. I'm just saying because my parents like moved into a house when my parents bought theirs that literally had like, I think it was like the daughter of the parents and they had died there and she was still living there.
Ew.
And then they sold the house. And it was literally like one room and the kitchen and one bathroom was kind of lived in and that was it. And the rest of the house was just complete filth. Like dirt and cobwebs and
Right.
stuff. And
Wheeler Yuta getting a knee right into the midsection.
What is that?
Moxley's trying to cuddle foreheads.
ew.
Bulldog, but he's on the wrong side.
Walter's like, I don't think Shane McMahon will go to AEW. Why would he?
He got fired.
Shane McMahon was fired.
Naxos, no.
He was fired?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Naxos, no.
That's kind of a weird...
Yeah, he was in charge of the Royal Rumble match, and he didn't do what he was told. And so there was just a lot of backlash from it and how it played out. And it was, again, Vince didn't want it to go that way, but he did it anyways.
Huh. He didn't want it to go like with...
The way it went. No, he obviously Brock to win, but how he won. And just the
Oh.
whole thing.
I see.
Wheeler Yuta
The way
doing
that
some
it was set
offense,
up
believe it
with
or
all the
not.
people and stuff. Hey, get out of here.
Wheeler Yuta rolls up Moxley. Fruit roll up?
No.
No. Throws him into the ropes. There's a cutter. D. D. T. Yuta. Samoan drop. What is Yuta doing? Going up top. High flyer. High risk, high reward. He landed it. 5-star frog splash. 1, 2, and Moxley just gets the shoulder up.
He got into the
Oh, the garbage?
Yeah.
I don't know if they would hire him in AEW anyways, because they would definitely know that he'd be working for Vince.
Like, they aren't going to work it out. Come on. How many times has Shane McMahon been fired?
Did you just raise that? How dare you?
Guess the lock button wasn't on.
Dare you?
Vindicators in the chat go, Trees.
Hey, Vin.
What about Trees, Vin? You okay? Did they come out to get you? Dravi wants to know, is the DMD on tonight?
DMD. Probably. We're going to see her. They have not advertised for it, though. And this match is over. John Mox with the paradigm shift.
Walter's like, CM Punk will win over MJF.
That's going to be an interesting one.
Ravi says, who's the weakling fighting Moxley?
His name's Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, that's him. Ayla's like, text you, Miss D. Feel free to read aloud if you want. I don't care. Okay. Robbie says, is the German suplex the most overused move?
It's starting to. People want to be like Brock, right? Like, Brock made it really popular with Suplex City, but I would say the roll-up is the most overused move in sports. There's just too many roll-ups in sports anymore.
The fruit roll-up.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the fruit one. Vindicator says, nah, Lady D, I actually feel bad for the trees this time getting attacked by all these winter storms. Baby, it's cold outside. Yeah?
Maybe it's cold. Yeah, right where, well, I don't know exactly where he's at, but I know there's a part of the United States that has the warm air coming up from the bottom and then the cold air slamming into it. And so you got freezing rain and it's breaking the trees. And then you've got the snow that's like 4 feet or 3 feet or whatever. And then you've got rain on the other side. And it's all in like one state. Well, it's in more than one state, but one state wide the whole way.
Like it's just kind of an area and it's just continuous.
Why is Daniel Bryan out there?
Oh my God. Walter's like, Danhausen was on AEW pre-show. Yeah, and Danhausen is
he just
out
came
here.
Out.
He was
well,
out here with Orange Cassidy and Wheeler Yuta, Walter. Walter's like, Moxley won and says Bryan Danielson. And Vindicator says, no, Robbie, the most overused move in wrestling is matches that end in disqualification. Second most overused is jumping off the top rope for crossbody splash. No, I have to disagree. I think it's the fruit roll-up.
I don't see the disqualification that much.
Yeah, I don't see them as much.
I mean, it's a shitty ending, but it's no more shitty ending than a roll-up.
It depends on what they're using it for. You know? Like what... I guess when they're using it seems to be like a big thing. Like it's always with championships involved and stuff like that, I guess.
The DQ? Or...
Yeah, the DQ is what I'm talking about.
There was one. I can't think of another one. Seth won. Name me another one.
What was that other one? It happened not too long before that. I can't remember if it was a women's match. No, I thought there was one that happened with Big E when he was champion. The one that happened with Damian Priest. There's been a few of them.
Damian's going to be that way just because how they're pushing him storyline. He's got to be violent. They should be making love. No fights, make love, not war. Don't put the... Oh my God, can you imagine? That's some Vince McMahon shit if they put these two in a tag team. Like, we don't have any room for you because we brought in all these NXT marks. So we're going to put you into the tag team division. That's Vince stuff.
Mm-hmm. And then they'll do that and then take away the chances for actual tag teams like Santana and Ortiz to win the tag team titles.
Cowboy baby. Daniel going right after the heart of the company.
Robbie's like, I bet Dee would use the fruit roll-up if she was a wrestler trying to win, and she would hold the tights too. Yeah, because I'm a cheater.
Yeah, just like Becky.
Robbie's like, Brian on the mic? Yeah, boring guy. Vindicator's like, but anyway. Legado El Magnifico de Fantasma. Oh, wait, wrong show.
Yes.
This AEW Dynamite. And I wanted some riveting fights, some good ass shit. Walter's like, delete the having cake? No, it's actually chicken. I'm eating some rotisserie chicken, Walter. Ayla's like, I want cake.
It's carnivore cake.
Yeah, it's carnivore cake.
It's chicken.
Ayla, the only cake I have is cheesecake. And I didn't bring any this time.
And there's a shit ton in there.
I know, I've been eating it, though. I've been eating like 2 pieces at a time. I ate some yesterday, and I was like, I really don't. I better just eat some. And here's like, I agree with Daniel McDanielson. Dinosaur gimmicks are stupid. Ayla's like, chicken cake. Yeah, chicken cake.
Why would you want Wheeler Yuta?
Did you make it?
It came in.
No.
No. I would rather you not go that way. No.
No, buddy. No. Hey, come here. Yeah. Come on.
I have no idea what's being said.
Come on. Nope.
I mean, obviously, Daniel wants to start a faction. Maybe he should just do it with another NXT or WWE
I'm gonna pull your skin off.
guy.
Come on.
Just don't make him scream because it'll look like animal abuse.
I need to put you downstairs in your kennel. Is that where you need to go?
But, anyways, Daniel's still talking. You coming back?
I'm gonna try. I don't know what his deal is. But it's starting to irritate me.
Okay, I need the volume plug back in, so when you can get back in here, that would be
I didn't know
fantastic.
the key unplugged stuff.
So Daniel's still talking, but I don't know what he's saying. So it's that wire that's sticking up towards the vacuum. Yep, and then this. Thank you. I didn't want us all just to be off screen.
No.
Put that across the doorway.
Huh?
I said put that across the doorway.
Right.
Think about the legacy you want to leave. Alcoholic, drug addict. What else is he? Bad father, probably.
Oh, he has thin skin.
He has very thin skin.
He has very thin skin at this point. I wouldn't want him as a champion anymore. And here's like, you can have it and eat it too, Ayla. Rob is like, LOLD, Brian. For once, he has some substance on the mic. No.
He's giving John Mox something to think about.
Ayla says, I don't have any. Mother-in-law made a chocolate cake, then ruined it by putting raspberries and whipped cream on and in it. Yuck.
Sounds like a little piece of heaven.
That sounds really good, actually.
To each their own, right?
Right? I hate fruit. Fruit and things is gross.
Raspberries are so thin that you wouldn't be able to taste a texture from them. Because they're so small, they're little teeny grains.
Mm-hmm.
I understand bigger fruit, like strawberries or something.
Yeah.
Because it's big and it's slimy.
Hope it got you.
Oh.
Oh, you bastard. Put him in his kennel. You take care of it. Go put him in his kennel. I'm not going to deal with him anymore.
Put him in the front room.
Then you put him in the front room. I'm done. I've gotten up 2-3 times now to deal with his dumbass.
It's Dumas.
Yeah, Dumas indeed. Robbie's like, unseasoned rotisserie chicken sounds yummy.
On the medication.
Yeah, it's Costco's rotisserie chicken. So it's like a $5 chicken and it's really good. So Ramit says, I think tonight Ember Moon and Keith Lee are being new All Elite members. No, but I mean, everybody could guess that, but I don't really think they're going to come over here, but who knows. Ramit says, yesterday I saw Taya Valkyrie tweets All Elite Wrestling staff is misbehaved with John Morrison and Taya Valkyrie. Yeah. Well, just like on Friday, I'll be here for SmackDown, 8 p.m. Still here for AEW until 9:15 p.m. my time. And Roblox, I love Roblox, is in the chat saying, Becky Lynch or Lita, who will win Raw Women's Championship at Elimination Chamber? My pick is Lita. Yeah. Well, you know, that's a very underdog pick, but I'm going to say that Becky will win and retain. Vindicator says, yeah, older people seem to have the stomach for some very weird shit. Be thankful there were no raisins that you wouldn't be able to see. You know, it's so weird because I've always liked raisins and stuff. Yeah. Like, ever since I was a kid.
Well, I like it in, like, muffins or something.
Yeah.
Or cookies.
I like it in cookies.
Chocolate and raisin
I
cookies.
like them in oatmeal cookies. I like it in carrot cake. I like raisins in a lot of different things. And you've eaten them by themselves and in oatmeal.
Well, yeah, you have to have them in oatmeal. If not, how would you eat it?
Right? So,
it would be... That would, well, if you use sugar, it's different, but I don't use sugar, so I have to use raisins or else I wouldn't be able to eat it.
Mm-hmm. You could always use dates. Dates are supposed to be even more sugary. Like, natural sugary. Anyways, Ravi says, Moxley, he's doing all right. He's cleaned up his act, hasn't he? No, he's kind of a dick now, Ravi. More of a dick than he was. He's like very aggressive towards people that don't follow with what he thinks that people should think now. You know?
He's got really thin skin.
It's really weird. Anyways, Luke's in the chat. Hey Luke, how's it going? Says, hey, all. Walter says, hey, Luke. Ayla says, I can't do fruit and food. Haha, it's not just texture. It's the taste. I don't know how to describe it. Walter's like, the dogs came in. Yeah, he's being a douche. Did you make sure and did you put him in the front room?
I put him in McKenna's room.
Oh, okay. I was like, make sure you don't put him where garbage he can get into is. Walter's like that, and Vindicator's like, hello, guy whose name is written in blue highlighted print. It was like, hi, Luke, and Robbie says, yo, big up. Then Luke says, hey, guys. As Robbie says, please, not Lita. Did you close the door with him in there?
Of course I did. How else would he be in there?
I don't know. Icon809's in the chat. Hey, Icon, nice to see you in here. Says, do y'all actually believe CM Punk and MJF are fighting tonight? Because I feel like MJF is just going to swerve us.
Yeah, something's going to happen. The pay-per-view's coming up in just a little over a month. It's going to be at the pay-per-view, so. Brandy looks pretty good.
It's the same thing. You don't ever say that Chicago is the same as wherever they're at, because Chicago is its own little planet.
Right.
Ramit says, you did a good job. You are a diamond heart personality. Enjoy every moment of life. Thank you, Ramit. We appreciate it. Thanks for being in here. Picola's in the chat. Hey, Picola says, happy Wednesday, Gab fam. Yeah, Picola, how's it going, my man? You watching some curling? Some Olympic curling? It was like, I'd rather unalive myself than eat a raisin. Robbie's like, can't his wife help Moxley? No. Walter says today is Groundhog's Day. Yes.
It is.
So what's going to happen is we're going to repeat this all over again. Just kidding.
This stream over and over.
We're just going to replace all of our other videos with this one. Kidding. Piccolo says they could take over the entire wrestling world, add Miro, and they would be indestructible. Oh, yeah?
Without destruction.
Piccolo.
Oh, she's pushing her boobs together.
She's like, yes, I have
He must have said something about boobs.
Walter's like, Brandy Rhodes. Ravi says, is Cody in the top 10 wrestlers of his time?
No. What I always suggest when people think there's top 10, sit down and make your list. Mm-hmm. And you'll start seeing where people fit.
Robbie said that. And Ayla says New Jersey is also its own planet. That's where Matthew is from. No, he's not. He's not from New Jersey. He's from New York. Poughkeepsie, New York. Looks like, you know, I've kind of had a change of heart about all the part-time wrestlers. I hated Brock because he kind of held the belt hostage a few years ago, which gave me a poor outlook on part-timers. However...
This is funny. You can tell that Tony Khan probably set this up, too, because they made fun of him for being a conservative, meaning that she has to be a liberal, and now all of a sudden she's open to listening to ideas and becoming friends, which is the exact opposite of what a liberal would do.
No matter what, even still to this day. Ravi's like, who's the dude in the brown jacket?
That is Scorpio Sky.
Bryce Pitts is in the chat. Hey, Wrestling Gabby says, hey, Bryce. Nice to see you. Says, I'm here. You are here. As Robbie says, Travis, I'm asking you.
Uh-oh.
Is Cody in the top 10 wrestlers of his time?
No. And it depends on when you're considering his time. But if you're talking about from 2006 or whenever he first came up till now, then no.
As Walter says, boo, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. And Luke says, however, knocked out by Jake Paul. However, if Brock can come back and do the work and put in the effort, then I don't have a problem with other part-timers, legends getting big shots. Just not Ronda. She needs to leave.
Yeah, she's going to have a hard time without a mouthpiece.
As Piccolo
She
says,
struggled hard on Monday.
Yeah, I didn't listen to her because I can't stand her. She was bad like that before. She hasn't learned anything in the time she's been away.
Well, how's she going to learn? She's on a farm.
No, she's on her fucking channel. She has her own goddamn channel and she talks. Wouldn't you get better at talking at some point?
Well, yeah, but she don't talk in front of people.
Piccola says, you mean Scorpio Sky? Walter's like, yes, Piccola. And Robbie says, big up. Cola, cheers. And Matthew is in the chat. Hey, y'all. Hey, Matthew, we need to attack Ayla. She said you were from New Jersey. And I told her she was wrong, that you were from New York. That you're from Poughkeepsie, New York. Ayla's
There's a shot at WWE.
What'd he say?
He said the only face turn that their people are going to believe is the face of your old company that's going face down.
Robbie says, how good is Brandy? Is she in the ring?
She's okay on the mic. She's not a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
But she's fine. She's Cody's wife. She's a really good ring announcer.
He was like, hey, Matthew, I was just telling everyone where you're from. New Jersey. Ava. It's not from New Jersey.
Fire.
Why? Take down our chat. It's broken. Walter's like, hurry up. We want matches. Right, Walter? Bryce says, will CM Punk lose to MJF? Will they even wrestle is the biggest question.
Yeah, we got to see
night,
if that's
right?
going to happen. Paige Van Zant coming down to fight Brandy.
She's like, big boobs against big boobs, my lady.
Yeah.
She's like, let's do this. Oh, careful. She's a mommy. Matthew says, I haven't been
here
feeling
comes a
well
lot
the
of women
last
from the
couple
back.
weeks. Fuck
The
Jersey.
whole entire locker room just cleared. All the females are out there.
They're like, how dare you go after our girl? I'm sorry you haven't been feeling well, Matthew. That really sucks, my man. Let's see. P. Cole
Very
says, what's good?
interesting.
Ravi and Bryce is definitely very excited for CM Punk versus MJF. If it happens, right? The question of the evening. Will it really happen? Ravi Zakaman said, fuck Jersey. Ha ha ha. Ayla says, Ravi, if you're so jealous of me, feel free to twerk all up in the chat.
Twerk it out. Not twerk it out.
We have something up next. What is it? Oh, more talking.
Remember they went with Andrade. They're one group now.
Yes, that's right. He is having a meltdown.
Did I not get the door shut? Oh, no, his nose is under it.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
What his deal is. He is just having a bad time right now.
We changed his medication up a little bit, and so he's all sorts of freaking out.
He literally was like dead to the world. Then he got one type of medication, and now he's acting like he's on crack. I wonder if he'll calm down when you give him the other stuff later.
He's trying to play.
Yeah. Poor guy. He's such a turd. He's like, all I want to do is be with you. And then be weird. Matthew says, I'm going to be your stepdad. You better learn damn respect. Yeah. Pickle's like, well, here's some eye candy. Oh, yeah, you were talking about Paige Van Zant.
Oh, yeah, there was quite a bit in that ring.
You know, Cola chilling, watching some wrestling. Ayla's like, bro, you have to date her first. And Film's in the chat. Hey, Film. Says, hey, Misty and Travis, I am here.
Woo!
What's up, man? You are here. Cool beans. Luke says, did you hear about the new draw that was started about Bliss? Some sick, crazy, psycho fan created a fake divorce document between Bliss and her man. The hilarious thing is they are engaged but not married. Married, freaking idiots.
That's pretty funny.
You know.
People are funny.
That's fans. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Film's like, did I miss any women's matches? No. The only
No,
thing
you did miss a little bit. Brandy was out there.
And then Paige Van Zant attacking her. And then the whole women's locker room of AEW came out to take Paige away and save Brandy. But they were all dressed up in normal stuff, so you didn't...
Or what's his name? Malachi.
Malachi and George.
Yeah, I can't think of his name either. It's something like King or something.
It's Brody King. Knights of the Black Throne now. That's great.
They're Knights of the Round Castle.
They're Knights of the Square Table. Walter says Pac and his tag team partner for the win.
Knights of the Squared Ring. What was that?
What did I say?
What is their name?
Knights of the Black Throne.
Of Black.
Walter says that, and Icon says, okay, you mean to tell me a bunch of female wrestlers was just standing by the entrance randomly? Okay, AEW, LOL. I think Icon, they were actually underneath the ring, and they just popped out.
They ran
like
down
little
the ramp.
puppets. I'm just kidding. Matthew says, LOL, dating is a lot of work. It was like, I haven't been feeling good for a while either, coming up on 3 weeks off and on.
It depends on how old the person is that you're dating. If they are between the ages of 20 and about 28 to 32, then you have to entertain them nonstop. You always have to be doing something. If you're dating somebody that's 30 to 32 to 40 and they have children, then it's a pain in the butt because you have to obviously raise their kids. And if they're 40 plus, a little bit more relaxed. So it just depends on what age you're...
They're talking about dating your sister. She's in the 20 to 32 range. Lots of entertainment needs to happen. And drama.
I have nothing. There's no words. Like, I don't understand it.
Matthew was making a joke about being A-list stepdaddy. And that she needed to respect him. She said you have to date her first. And he said, dating is hard. It's a lot of work.
Oh, no. You probably don't. I bet you if you talked to her on the phone, she would marry you.
Yeah.
She is engaged or married to somebody else on Facebook every other month.
It was like, she's easy. Matthew laughing. Just kidding. She's not. I think your correct statement was the first one.
Oh, I mean, you're going to be divorced in a week. But,
right?
But you'll be married for that week.
Walter's like, Ayla, feel better. And Matthew says, easy like cheese in a can. Mom says, dude, I'm disappointed that WWE released Shane McMahon. What the
I know, that irritates the shit out of me because I actually like Shane at WrestleMania because he always does really good matches and almost kills himself. Mm-hmm. And he could have possibly wrestled Kevin Owens since he's the one that eliminated Kevin Owens. Mm-hmm. And that would have been awesome. I know they were trying to do Seth Rollins, but the Kevin Owens one would have been awesome. Those two going after each other.
Again.
I'm fine with it. They're
right.
nuts. As long as they do crazy shit. Before it was during the pandemic and they couldn't do anything because of all the restrictions and stuff.
Right.
Axos went manic.
Mm-hmm.
Pac just ducked it. Dikembe Mutombo style, except for Dikembe's about 3.5 feet taller than him.
I think he's like 5 feet taller than him. Matthew says, easy like cheese in a can. Films said that, and Ayla says, thank you, Walter. And Robbie says, Ayla, what's your name? Miley Cyrus with a Torkin. It was like easy like building a carnival ride. Film says, I'm seriously tired of the segment with Bliss. I'm ready for her to wrestle on TV.
Yeah, they'll milk it for a while, and hopefully she'll be on TV. Deuce Bigelow. You better get out of here. He never makes it all the way through. Well, on second thought, you better go.
All I have is $10. Luke's like,
yeah!
Luke says Paige Van Zant is active in AEW. I might have a good reason to watch AEW now.
Yeah, she's pretty fun to watch. I like her in that bare knuckle fighting too. But both men go over the top and take out both Brody and Malachi. So Pentagon is with him because Rey dislocated his elbow.
Yeah, he's going to be out for a little bit longer. Got to make sure it's strong, everybody. Walter's like, how can Pac wrestle?
He doesn't have any eyes. He sees with the Force. It's a Star Wars type thing.
What do you mean?
He's got an eye cover on, or he did. I don't know if he's
I
still
don't
on
see
there.
one.
Oh, it must have come off. Earlier he had his eyes covered.
Oh.
With like mummy
Jesus.
wrap.
Oh, it's down on his neck.
Oh, okay.
It looks like, if that's what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, he looked like a mummy
He's
around
got
his
something
eyes.
tied down there, so. Let's see.
Kicked him right in the quad. Right in the hamstring.
Right. Let's see.
Malachi looking almost human in this one. Although we have seen Malachi lose. He lost to Cody.
Matthew says, Ayla, what's going on with you? It sounds like we might have the same thing going on. Film's like, I'm ready for Bliss to wrestle and win matches. That's my woman. Ayla's like, why am I twerking? Is that definitely in UK land? And Film says, Paige, didn't tell me she's in AEW.
It looked like it. She's been there for a while. We've seen her off and on. She's just never had a match.
Yeah. As Luke says, a different Paige Film. Yeah, she's
Paige Van Zant. She's a little blonde girl that was in the UFC.
Yeah, she's a UFC girl, not the Paige from WWE, guys.
They didn't re-up her contract because she got fake boobs. Allegedly. Like, she got fake boobs, so she can't fight in New York. Mm-hmm. The New York Athletic State Boxing / Athletic Commission will not allow fake boobs in women's sports.
Right?
And I'm pretty sure there's another girl in the UFC that we just watched last time that had fake boobs. But
I don't think they were fake.
I think they were super fake.
Luke said that. Vindicator says, I only date 20-year-olds who are childless. Sweetie, that's not called dating.
Do you raise them?
Robbie's like, LOL, Ayla, you're always twerking in the chat with your comments. And Film says, I want my Bliss on TV badly. Ayla says, started with dry cough fever, positive influenza test, ended with productive cough, now it's starting over. Film says, less segments, more wrestling. Ayla says, Robbie. And Sophie's in the chat. Hey, Sophie. Says, hi, I'm doing a D by showing up late. Cool. Robbie says, Ayla. Walter's like, Pat can see. Ayla's like, explain. And Sophie says, Brian Kendrick was scheduled to debut tonight, but he got pulled.
Yep. Because of Tony Khan's thin skin.
Yeah, Tony
He
Khan's
is
a dumbass.
Captain Cancel Culture. Tony Khan. Captain Cancel Culture.
Oh, Robbie's like, I thought it was easy like Sunday morning. Luke says, Lord, don't start. Sophie, it's been a calm, good night. It was like, no, Robbie, not my mom. And Film says, Elias Sampson is still not on WWE TV. I'm ready for him to be back.
Yeah, anytime I would hope that he shows back up. Either that or they'll just wait and then they'll drop him. Don't they do their main cuts in March?
Something like that, because where's T-Bar and Mace? We haven't seen them for a while either.
Right.
Veer's supposed to be making his debut at some point, but we haven't
the
seen his
Blister's
ass.
supposed to be making hers. There's a lot of
But
people
she's
that
on
are.
TV now with her little segments, so we do
Right.
see her. And then you have people, of course, that have had injuries, so they're not there, which makes sense. Let's see.
So in house shows, they're doing Sasha Banks and Ronda Rousey as a team versus Charlotte and Shayna Baszler in house shows. I thought that was pretty interesting because they're putting Ronda against Shayna,
right,
which is just rare to me. But they're trying to push, obviously, Ronda as a babyface, or at least in the house shows to see how the crowd reacts to it, because that's how they test things. They got to do it in front of a crowd,
right, to see how they like it or not. Let's see. Vindicator says, I hope you get a shiny gold medal for your efforts. Sophie, it is Olympic season. Robbie says, Ayla, not your mom, no. And Ayla's like, keep up, Robbie. And Film's like, Malachi Black versus who? It's Malachi Black and Brody King versus Pac
and Penta.
Penta
Al Nasado,
who is he going up against? Brian Pillman Jr. or somebody else? Two people. It's a tag match, basically.
It is. Not basically. It is. It's a straight up tag match.
Sophie says Shane McMahon got released today. Film says Paige on MMA. Okay, gotcha. Film says not on. I meant from. Yes. Robbie says Ayla, you're going too fast for me. Ha ha. Luke says, I have decided to start using my 4-screen stream setup for these streams so I can instantly fact check all the baseless rumors and unproven theories from Sophie and others. I have multiple sites open and ready.
Right? I made a Twitter today, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be banned from it already. But
From Twitter?
Yeah. I mean, I've had a Twitter. I am my name on Twitter, and then I noticed I searched my name from Wrestling Gab's account. And, like, there's, like, 100 wannabe me's, but they have, like, my name and then 2 and 3 and 7 and 13 and 5.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got on, because I got on way early. Like, I got on like 12 years ago or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm the only me.
You technically are the only you. Sophie says, today is my B-day. Well, happy birthday, Sophie.
Birthday.
Hopefully you did something good for yourself and had cake. Vindicator says, Talitha, are you happy that there is no Miss Rowdy Pouty coming out and making you want to put on a blindfold and cover your head with soundproof earmuffs? True. And Luke says, Sophie, we know that already. Sheesh, LOL. And not about her birthday, but about Shane McMahon.
Yeah, Shane's gone.
Ravi's like, Sophie, happy 16th birthday. And Matthew says, WWE is doing some weird crap lately. Why train a bunch of wrestlers only to release them? It sounds like a horrible investment. Elimination Chamber might be pretty damn good, though.
Yeah, I think the Elimination Chamber is going to be good. Brock's the favorite so far. He's at a plus 200 with Bobby Lashley at a plus 250. And I'm trying to remember who was third. Because Riddle and Austin Theory are the last two, and they're both over 1,000. A plus 1,000.
Wow.
Who else is in there? Who am I missing?
In the...
Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is third at a plus like 400.
That's funny. It looks like, Ravi, you're new. My mom and Matthew are star-crossed lovers. They haven't even met yet. Film says, kind of feel sad for Shane O'Mac. Sad for Shane. I feel sad for WWE itself because that's just fucking stupid on their part.
It's just another listening to the talent that are crying because they got thin skin.
Yeah, I mean,
what was he supposed to do? They make it
instead
sound
of doing for the people,
the greater good of the company.
Then they don't need to do for them, they need to do for the greater good of the company. And if you're a talent that complains about stuff because you didn't get TV time or something got messed up or it was supposed to go this way or that, then you should be let go. Or you should be suspended. I
love it. Right now, Vince has got wrestling in a chokehold. He released all the shit, right? Mm-hmm. He basically, in 1980, I want to say 81, Cuba shit on America. They released all their prisoners with refugees. They said to the refugees, you can go to America if you want. Mm-hmm. You can leave. Yep. And so the refugees started filling up boats because they were free. They could go to America and be free. They're no longer a communist. Fidel knew exactly what he was doing. Then he put all of his prisoners on the ships. Yep. All of them. And he shit on them. Anyways, that's exactly what Vince McMahon just did to AEW. He gave them the shit that couldn't make the main roster. Mm-hmm. Now, what kind of leverage does he have when a big talent, Biggie, wants to go? Okay, see ya. They don't have money to sign you. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do? Yep. Right?
We'll take a major pay cut.
It puts everybody in a chokehold. Vince was like genius about it. Because there was something going on. He was releasing way too much talent that AEW would be interested in. Because AEW doesn't like anybody over 5'10" and about 170 pounds.
Oh, I thought
2 and 3. No, look at that.
Malachi Black's guy.
Knights of the Black Throne. Knights of the Black Throne. I had to write it down because I'll never remember that.
Right.
And the funnier thing is they don't even say that. They say their names. Mm-hmm. So Brody King and Malachi Black. They are putting that as a main event, as they should. MJF later on tonight. Hopefully MJF gets the dub.
Versus Nyla Rose is up next.
Yeah, we knew that one was coming.
I did not.
They announced it like 2 weeks ago.
I must have missed part of that.
The old Cutler camp.
What is he?
Oh, the Cutler cam, not camp.
Oh, this guy. Robbie says, could they not do that on Raw? Vindicator says, some reason I would have believed Sophie was 11 years old. It was like, Travis can explain. My mom is his sister. And people was like, happy B-Day, Sophie. And Robbie's like, Ayla, did you set that up? And Film's not going to lie, I definitely felt kind of conflicted about the Royal Rumble with their honesty. Luke says Becky Lynch got squashed in the after Raw match by Lita. That's weird. LOL.
Nah, that's normal.
Not really. They're gonna push
They gotta
in
sell
front
tickets.
of the friends, right? Because she's the good girl, and so she's gonna win. But, like, she's going to win at Saudi Arabia or whatever.
Adam
Right.
Cole complaining. He's whining here. Get him some violins. What are they?
Oh, so he's doing the same thing here as he did over on NXT. Wow. Could you get some new material there, buddy?
He said he did not lose to Orange Cassidy, and if anybody else that says that, he'll smack him in the mouth.
I want him to try to fucking smack me in the mouth.
Smack.
I'll kick him in the fucking dick.
He would probably just beat him up in a straight-up fight. The dude is 5'5" and weighs 137 pounds. I'm sure you wouldn't have any trouble.
Pickle says happy Brie Day, Sophie. I think I missed that one earlier. Ayla's like, kinda. Matthew says, LMFAO, there is something wrong with you. Film's like, will Jade Cargill wrestling tonight or no?
No. As of right now, we've got one woman's match, and it's going to be Ruby Soho against the transgender.
And that's happening next.
And that's next.
Let's see. Robbie says, I thought Shane owned part of the company.
He does.
He does, but that doesn't mean he can be a wrestler. They can fire him from the wrestling
Yeah,
portion.
they could try to fire Triple H from wrestling, his contract. They can fire Stephanie from her wrestling contract because they have that on the side.
Yeah, it's not like he's fired from the company and he doesn't run stuff.
They can't take his stocks away from him.
He probably is like not going to be running some stuff now because of whoever got their butt hurt. Vindicator's like, Becky is weird. She deserved it. Ayla's like, nothing is wrong with me. Rob is like, Ayla, there's always something wrong with you. It's you. LOL. Haha. Film's like, please let Elimination Chamber pay-per-view turn out good. Ayla's
It
like,
will.
at least I'm not from New
Those
Jersey.
Saudi Arabia shows are always good. I've never seen a bad one, and I've watched it since they started.
Yeah, they're usually all right. Vindicator says Travis taking bets like a true gambling man inspired by Happy Corbin. Maybe Travis and Luke should put a wager on the Super Bowl.
You know,
Vindicator, I'm not sure Luke gives a shit about the Super Bowl this year.
I'm excited for the Super Bowl for the fact that neither team's ever won it. I want the Bengals to win. I do really
Neither
want
team's
them to
ever
win.
won it, and I kind of don't have a horse in the race, but I am leaning towards hoping the Bengals win.
Right. Well, I don't want Los Angeles to win a championship.
No,
anything.
Los Angeles is garbage. They should die and fall off the face of the earth. Robbie says,
But
let it go,
their
let it
quarterback
go.
was in Detroit, and that's a huge jump from going to from Detroit to the Super Bowl because they don't know what the Super Bowl even looks like. They've never even smelt the Super Bowl.
Detroit.
They never even smelt the Super Bowl.
Bryce says Bryan Danielson calling out Jon Moxley. Actually, he was calling him out to be like a tag team partner.
They want to be in a little group.
Or Bryce. Yeah, they're gross. Bryce says, we all know that Daniel Bryan and Dean Ambrose both have history together. And Matthew says, I'm not from Jersey. That's it. The wedding is off. It was like, no, don't.
You sure it's not Jersey?
Stop. Rob is like, that counts me out joining AEW. LOL. Vindicator's like, Shane McMahon will be all elite when the summer season arrives. Maybe he will buy the company like he did WCW. I don't think Shane's going to go to AEW, guys. Rob is like, Adam Cole sounding hard. Oh, yeah.
So you guys listen to this storyline, though, right? Tony Khan's a jackass. He wouldn't be able to do it. But, like, just say that he wasn't thin-skinned and actually was, like, a good owner.
Right.
He comes and signs Shane, but quietly.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shane shows up, and he's just standing at the top of the stage. So they're at a pay-per-view or something, and the camera's just, who the fuck is, like, oh my hell, Jim Ross going nuts, and Shane's standing there. Every person would think that, and all he would have to do is just say that he's buying the company. And they would play it as if he's buying it like WCW. The whole storyline again, except for you wouldn't be able to say WWE or whatever. But you could say hinting enough words like, I'm here to buy the company for my father, and just totally play it up. And it would work. It would get people so enraged. Creativity. Like, you would have to understand what it was like being a kid. I know a lot of the fans in here, and the fans nowadays, are fans of the WWF than WWE, so they probably don't understand it. But WWF was shit in the 90s. Like, their best wrestlers were, like, Bret the Hitman Hart and Shawn Michaels. That was, like, the top of their feeding list. Then they had guys like Razor Ramon and Diesel. And then those guys left, went to WCW. And WCW was just the superior brand at the time, right? Mm-hmm. Well, anyways,
Who the fuck is this weirdo old man
I
with
don't
tattoos all over his
care.
face?
I have no idea. I'm telling the story. But anyways, so all of a sudden Shane shows up at the top of the ramp. And then on both channels, because I'm flipping back and forth, he's on both shows. It's the same feed.
Oh, God.
And it was over. Like that whole era was just over. And Vince buried all of them.
Yeah.
Except for Hulk Hogan and Hall and Nash. That was it. I mean, Booker T came over and he had a little bit of play or whatever, because Booker T's still
a king and does stuff.
Yeah,
and
he's still a little
relevant.
popular, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same Booker.
He was part of their weird whatever stuff.
Right. And then of course Vince had to break that up, and so but Booker was already kind of a champion at that time, but
right.
Because his brother, Stevie Ray or whatever his name was, he was pretty good, and they were Harlem Heat, and they were one of the best tag teams of all time at that time. Now they're probably a top 10 tag team of all time.
Huh.
But anyways, we got Ruby Riott in here with the trans.
And Vindicator says Ayla and Matt need their own reality show. Bryce says, see Adam Cole lose to Orange Cassidy. And Robbie
smack
says,
ya.
D, you should write some new material for Cole. I don't want anything to do with him. Bryce says, well, that was an interesting match between those two. And Matthew says, I'm about as sharp as a hard-boiled egg tonight.
Right.
Phil's like, grab his dick and twist it, right? Philip says, I like Ruby Soho. I hope she beats Nyla Rose. Not a big fan of Nyla Rose. Robbie says, Vin, and they need to get a room. LOL. Film says, go, Ruby, go. Robbie's like, Ayla with some advice. Not sure if anyone should take it.
I was thinking Ruby Soho should take it. That's what I was thinking when she just said it. I was like, that's a classic move.
That's a classic move, Ayla, for what's happening on our TV right now. Roberto Lozano's in the chat. Hey, Roberto says hello. Was Bad Bunny was at the Royal Rumble? Yeah, he
did really good.
He did okay.
He did spectacular for
somebody
what training that he's had.
Yeah.
He's probably the greatest wrestler that was a celebrity in the history of the sport. And the only reason I'm saying that is because he wrestles better. You got to remember, David Arquette is a world champion. And so until Bad Bunny wins a championship, he can't surpass David Arquette.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
David Arquette's obviously the greatest celebrity that's ever wrestled.
And Piccolo didn't like my attitude about LA. He says, oh, what? That's a bit much. And looks like the Super Bowl can follow the path I want for Rousey. They can both go F themselves. Piccolo's like, I don't like LA teams, but still have respect for him.
I don't.
Blech.
I love the Lakers when I was a kid. I've got pictures of me just draped in LA stuff. Back when Magic Johnson was king.
Back when they actually were something, and now they're just all garbage. Ayla's like, it's not advice, it's a wrestler saying. Travis knows. Yes, the dick twist.
What's his
face?
Dick flip. Matt Ryan or Ryan, something Ryan, Matt Ryan or something Ryan. It's not Matt Ryan because he's a quarterback in the NFL. But
Ryan, what the hell was his name?
Fuck, I can't remember.
He got in trouble for all the Me Too crap.
Oh yeah,
supposedly
that.
when all that shit was,
Oh
relevant.
shit! Big chop right to the titty, the left titty.
Oh damn! Poor Ruby lost her boob. Vindicator's like, oh yeah, I forgot Luke is a Chiefs fan. My condolences, buddy.
It looked like Ruby Riott was like married to her dealer or something.
I
like,
guess.
is that who that was on the outside?
I don't know who he was. He's just an old man with tattoos all over his face, and I think that's fucking gross. Look what you look like when you get all old if you have tattoos on your face. You look like that.
I've seen it. I've also seen people lately removing them. There's a whole trend of people removing those.
Yeah, because they're fucking stupid.
That's because they want jobs and they want a life.
People are fucking dumb.
What?
Like,
But
do
there
not
might be
put
people
things
that have
on your
those.
face that are permanent.
Right? Kevin Hart said the same thing.
It's dumb as fuck. If you cannot cover that shit up, don't do it. I mean, unless that's your job. I mean, if you're going to make your job a tattoo artist or rapping to God knows what, I guess that's fine. But, in all reality, do you really want that to be the face that goes out there to help other rappers become better or children to look up to you? I mean, seriously.
That's what they want.
Barf.
The left.
They look like fucking retards. Even if they've never been to jail.
All right, so
like
we are
going to
be in this match through the commercial, but there is a commercial. Hey, look. So,
over on
Monday
USA,
Night Raw.
they're giving some Raw stuff. Imagine that. That's weird. Robbie's like, D, why do you hate Cole so much? I cannot stand the way he talks. his eyes are too close together. So
she doesn't like people that look funny.
You seriously can't trust him. So he's an untrustable person. That's actually a true fact. And then he has a horrible physique. Like, it's disgusting.
Luke, check that one in your fact checker.
Fact check that, bitch.
Your eyes are too close together. You can't be trusted.
You can't.
It's a fact.
It's a fact. That's a fact. You cannot be trusted if your eyes are too close together.
Flip that fourth screen on, Luke.
Exactly. There you go. Or the fifth screen. Anyways, I don't like his wrestling style at all. He's fucking boring as fuck. And he's so boring that he makes Daniel Bryanson not seem as boring.
Okay,
they're both so boring.
I'm gonna disagree with that. He's a little bit. I mean, anybody's better than Daniel, but he's a little bit better in his matches. They're actually kind of fast moving, and I actually appreciate those. Where Daniel is just stop, one move, stop, one move, stop, one move.
And Ravi, you can say I can't judge a book by its cover, and you've never met Cole. You know what? If he acts anything like he does on TV with the PDA with his stupid fucking bitch, I don't like either one of them at this point. It's so disgusting that it's like, I don't want to see this crap. They're fucking retarded. I can't stand him. I can't stand his voice. I can't stand anything about him. And his pants are weird. Like, his wrestling attire is weird. It's like, dude, find something else that might actually flatter your disgusting body. But no, he doesn't. Instead, he wears shit that's like, oh, I wore it up to my belly button. It looks terrible. There, you wanted my honest opinion? That's my honest opinion.
No.
Doesn't mean it's anybody else's opinion. It's just mine. Film says, with honesty, I'm kind of tired of WWE stars joining AEW. I'm ready for them to pick wrestlers besides the WWE stars. And Matthew's like, what the fuck is up with that dumb bunny guy? He's been with WWE for over a year now, I think.
Well, he left and he's on tour, but he'll be back for WrestleMania. He's doing his tour. He's a rapper.
Yeah. Film says, to be honest, what's going on with Tony Khan? He has thin skin, so thin you can see his bones.
He's just very, very offended by almost anything.
He's not a very good person at this point. Robbie's like,
he walks on water because he's never done anything wrong. You can only judge people if you've never done anything wrong, right? Like, he's canceling him because he doesn't agree with his opinion because he's never done anything wrong and he sees people do stuff that is wrong. And so he has to judge them by it. Mm-hmm. Which is actually makes him not be able to walk on water because Christ wouldn't have judged them for it. But he is the modern day Messiah. You should clean his feet with your tears for your sins.
He can go fuck the fuck off.
Just saying. That's what should happen.
No, he can go fuck the fuck off.
Anybody that's perfect like he is, or it claims to be.
Pico says,
look at this. Look at Ruby.
Match film. Wow. Go for it. Oh, God.
Oh,
don't hurt your elbow or your back
shoulders.
Or shoulder. Ugh.
Don't re-tear a shoulder.
Don't re-tear those shoulders. I don't know if you could fix them again. Rob is like, D, your mate is wrestling. I don't know who you're talking about, Robbie, but your girlfriend's out there. Vindicate, and I'm not talking about Ruby. Vindicator's like, Ayla, will you get your cake before the night is done? And Pico's like, yeah, we had nostalgic glasses on. That's why I was all in on WCW.
Somebody's going to have to explain why a butt is cake now. Like in slang. Like, I don't understand it. Unless you're like eating butt, maybe. Like, oh, her butt's so nice, I want to put my tongue in it. Like, where's the cake part coming from? Because butts aren't shaped like cake. They're not sweet like cake. I mean, I like butts. Cannot lie. The other brothers can't deny.
Matthew, Bad Bunny has had 2 matches in that year, and he's actually done better than half the company. Robbie's like, Undertaker was good as the dead man. Film says, say thank you. P-Cola. Film's like, thumbs up. And Ayla's like, no, Vindicator. Robbie's like, Ruby looking piff. Roberto Lozano says, right, I do remember that. Because Vindicator asked, Ayla, will you get your cake before the night is done? It was talking about real cake. Like,
I know, but I just want to understand. I somebody out there knows some urban slang, and I want to know why they call a butt a cake. Yeah. Like, just the simplistic reason. Or is it just cuz?
Robbie's like, Ruby looking piff. Roberto says, right, I do remember that. Vindicator's message retracted, and Bryce says,
oh,
shit. I have to go. Bye. Bye, Bryce. Have a good night. Robbie says, Ayla, I thought you liked cake. Vindicator says Ruby and Nyla are more manly than Becky's small-time Lynch. This is not a legit women's match. Okay.
Yeah, but we can't say
really
that.
Is
we can't say that, so it's fine.
And
there are people with thin skin, so we're not going to talk like that.
Like chromosomes. Piccolo says the invasion angle in 2001 was absolutely lopsided, and I was off to boot camp, but my stepbro told me all about the garbage happening on TV.
Yeah, you couldn't do an invasion without the invaders winning some matches. It doesn't make any sense. That's like us, like America being invaded by Canada.
Hey.
like Mexico could probably fuck some shit up.
Right.
They would probably get as deep as to like Utah. You know what I mean?
Well, especially if they recruited all the people that live here.
But Canada's not even going to get as far as Buffalo. You know what I mean? Like
they get to their border and then they're apologizing.
sorry.
Sorry.
1, 2, 3. Transgender just beat Ruby Soho. Woo. I could probably put this away.
Giving Ruby Soho the boot, are they?
What's it a boot?
Interesting.
Yeah, Ruby Soho's at the bottom of their power rankings.
It was like, I do like cake, but I'm not getting any by night's end.
Nobody's answering my cake question.
Show me your beautiful feminine armpits. Robbie says, Travis and D, you're bad, aloha. Keep the jokes coming. Pico's like, it's the lead singer of Rancid who Ruby hugged in the audience.
Rancid? Like bad meat?
It's the name of a group, and it's the group that sings the song Ruby Soho.
Rancid.
It's from the 90s.
I know. It sounds familiar.
Late 90s. Looks like I love Rancid, and it's awesome that he passionately wanted Ruby to take the name Ruby Soho, which is the name of their fave
Oh,
song.
shit. There's a big fight in the downstairs, upside down, wherever they're at.
They're outside!
They just went to the outside. They're going to get locked out. Freeze to death.
The guns are attacking some person.
Is that the buck? Is that a buck?
Oh, no, that's Jungle Boy.
Oh, Jungle Boy. He don't count.
That's not very nice. Vindicator's like,
oh, they're all running.
Well, who needs cake anyway? It's all about brownies made with Delete's secret recipe. But I probably can't get that before bedtime either. So many inconveniences in life. I hate it. Matthew says, I still rock on Oakland Raiders starter coat. Starter was the bomb back in the day.
Jay Schrader? Is that who you're talking about?
I still rock on Oakland Raiders starter.
From a couple years ago?
Starter was the bomb back in the day. It just says coat. I don't know what that
Jay Schrader?
Matthew,
is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about in the 90s? Holy fuck.
Anyways,
no, I'm as sharp as an egg.
Luke's like, OMG, that guy is the lead singer of the band Rancid, not some random decrepit old man rolling on the floor laughing. Luke, he is a random decrepit old man. He looks like a random decrepit old man who has fucking tattoos on his face. Yeah.
Is that the guy that sings like, my girlfriend's in the next room, sometimes I wish it was you? Because that dude's got a badass voice. Isn't that the name of that group? Ransom or Rancid?
I'm trying to think if Rancid does sing that one. Is he going to eat his way through the door? Robbie's like, LOL dealer. What is Ruby, a coke addict? Maybe. Remy says, I think tonight Ruby Soho is going to better win tonight, dedicated to her buddy Sarah and Gianna. She didn't win,
no.
Remy. She lost to the other one. Robbie says, you can't judge a book by its cover. I already read that. I was like, yeah, I mean, if Deletha would ever make me some brownies. I didn't even know you liked them.
We have like 18 boxes of brownies downstairs that are like going to be thrown away because they're old.
18 boxes of brownies.
Yeah, all those mixes.
Those are cake mixes. And
there was brownie mixes next to those.
Really? I didn't know that. Matthew says, Luke, that's pretty cool factoid about Ruby. And Luke says, Rancid was the top punk vandalized of the 90s and early 2000s. And Robbie says, D, but you have never met Cole. Ayla says, I'm going to get a face tattoo with a stupid face. And Robbie says, Ella, do you kill me with your comments on Cole? Film's like, go, Ruby Soho, go. This is how far behind I am in the chat. Robbie's like, too funny. And Luke's like, I'm not checking all of Deletha's medical facts. My fingers won't keep up with that. Robbie's like, no, I was talking about tattoo guy, not Cole. And Cole's like, will you put the Apple logo on your face, Ayla? I'll put a Pizza Hut logo on mine. Who's getting the fucking Pepsi one? We're going to go hunt down CM Punk, sit on his ass, and fucking put a face tattoo of Pepsi Cola right all over his face. Like, it'd probably make an improvement. Just right this whole part of his face, just the Pepsi. Black with a black and then red and just complete. His whole face is the Pepsi logo as a tattoo. Robbie's like, D, I love your rants. They're the best. Matthew says, I don't know why people get those slugs in their ears. Awful. I'd be afraid of getting them ripped out.
Yeah, we saw that with the Hardys and Randy Orton.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't really rip it out, but he put his fingers
pulled on it. Vindicator said, oh my God, I saw this girl on one of those shorts. So disgusting. She took her ear hole like that. And then she took it and then put her hair in it like it was a ponytail holder. I was like, oh my fucking gross and stupid. Like, do you know how dumb you look? Like, maybe if you were an actual, like, African and lived in Africa and that was part of your heritage, I'd be like, oh, that's cool.
Get it? Heritage.
Like, part of your group, your people. That's what you do.
I know, but heritage sounded funny because your hair's through your ear.
Ew, hair and edge, your eye, your ear.
Here comes your champion.
Hair, ear.
Adam
heritage.
Page.
Anyways, Vindicator says, honesty is the ultimate policy. Delete that. It's fun to be unfiltered, right? Film's like, go Ruby, go. Ayla's like, sweet fat Lisa, is this our date? Robbie's like, stop it, you're making me laugh out loud. And Film says, go Ruby Soho, beat Nyla because he sucks. Ayla's like, slugs in ears. And Picole's like, I guess so. Tats are for best friends to share. Vindicator's like, Vicky Guerrero is such a low-level swindler. Literally brings nothing to the table except nostalgia she was never really part of with Eddie.
Fact.
It was like high five. And Picole's like, I don't know, Travis, we ain't supposed to know that mess. They're stupid words.
Oh, the cake thing?
Looks like cake is a Twitch alternative word for ass. Twitch got tired of a large number of male viewers making weird and hateful comments about female streamers' asses, so cake was chosen as a workaround. It spread from there. Matthew says, isn't that what they are called? Slugs, those earrings that stretch out the air. Picolo's high five and Ayla, and Ayla's like, plugs. Luke's like, they're called gauges, Matthew. Robbie's like, Ayla, high five. Or Luke says, or plugs, depending on who you talk to.
Right.
Ayla's like, mine are stretched to 3/4 inch. Yeah, but you don't want them that anymore. Robbie's like, Ruby looked weak tonight. Matthew says, thanks, Luke. I knew it was something like that. And Matthew is like, Ayla, you freak, and then gave her a eggplant. Gross, Matthew. Film's like, boo, in other words, boo, and Ayla's like laughing and shaking my head. Robbie's like, Jungle Boy getting kicked to the curb. Matthew says, wasn't Ruby going through relationship issues? That might be why she was off her game. Looks like no Trav, lol. Rancid's two biggest hits are Ruby Soho and Out Come the Wolves. I don't know if I've heard that
I'd have to look that one up.
I definitely have heard Ruby Soho.
I know I've heard that name before, the Rancid, but it sounds like I'm missing a letter of the group that I'm thinking of.
Possibly.
Ransom or Rhenium or I don't
know. Robbie says, oh, some people like tattoos on their boat race.
Yeah.
To each to their own.
On their boat race.
I don't know what that means. Are you talking about their dicks? God damn, Robbie, you sicko. Looks like I'll get a Diet Mountain Dew logo on my face. Rob is like, someone should Wrestling Gab on tattooed on their face. God, no, people, do not do that. That is not condoned by Wrestling Gab. Do not put Wrestling Gab stuff on your face. Film's like, did Ruby Soho win? No. Stream bestie.
What I would want if I was going to do it.
Disconnected. Reconnecting.
If I was going to do it, what I would do is get eyes tattooed on my eye things.
Reconnections.
What are these called? Eyelids?
Eyelids?
But eyes tattooed on them.
Eyes on your eyes.
So when you close your eyes are open. But like, it'd have to be a really good tattoo artist so it looked legit.
Oh my God, could you imagine getting your eyelids tattooed?
Oh, I've seen people get their eyes tattooed, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh, seriously. Blah. Ayla's like, I can put my thumbs
Hey, shut the hell up. Let's just do this. Lance Archer comes flying at him. Paige flies through the ropes, doesn't even knock him down. Well, these guys are scheduled for next week. Next week's going to be a Texas death match.
Ooh, Texas death. Matthew says we can get black light ink done. Ooh, white. Rob is like, LOD, that girl is doing it for the views, right? Waleed Hajiz is in the chat. Hi, says, remember me? Yeah, Waleed, it's nice to see you back.
Hey,
How's
good to
everything
see you in
going,
here.
man? Film says, Hangman Adam Page coming out. Let's go. Pickle says, Camp Rose get dermals? Asking for a friend.
No idea.
Waleed says, how y'all doing? Great, how are you? Luke says, and we finally have the original story behind why Cora Jade wears what she wears and why she wrestles like she does. Her wrestling hero is AJ Lee, who actually trained her. Cora calls her mom.
Old Cora Jade. I don't mind Cora. I just don't like that redhead that they have right now going up against Mandy. Not a big fan of that one.
Was she part of her group?
No.
Oh, different one?
I don't know what her name is. She was in the in their chamber match, their double ring match. But
is that the one from the UK?
They're probably all from the UK, so I can't say yes. I don't even know what she sounds like. She's just a redhead.
Huh.
I'm
People's like, nope, you're extra.
He's trying to play heel, but it won't work because he's badass.
Film says, yeah, definitely stay away from Twitch. Honestly, they've asked me, really don't care for Twitch. Vindicator's like, sorry, I don't recall you, but then again, I haven't been here for a while either. Rob is like, Ayla, can you put your fist in your mouth? Waleed says, it's the second, by the way, not the first.
It is. It's Groundhog's Day.
On your
I might have
show?
put the first.
You did. February
Life happens.
1st.
Life happens, okay?
Thanks for letting us know there, Waleed. Matthew says, Vicky is a heat seeker. Does AEW need her? No. Walter's like, Hangman Page talking in the ring. Ayla's like, if I could afford to get my ears sewed up, I would. Film says, go Hangman Adam Page. And Luke says they were the band Blink-182 was opening before Blink blew up.
I've heard of them.
Walter says, Jake Roberts.
Trying to remember a song that they sang, though.
Film says, do some cowboy stuff. I think it's cowboy shit.
Jericho, let it go. They don't like you.
Yeah, who cares? It looks like, Robbie, I have grown-up hands. Just because you can fit your baby hands in your mouth doesn't mean everyone else can.
I just have a giant mouth.
Pico says 2 segments with Dan freaking Lambert. Film says, don't get a tattoo on your face and then it's painful. Vindicator says, what's the worst of greater evils? Losing the function of your legs and arms or losing your vision and hearing? It depends on if you have money. Like, if you have money like Christopher Reeves, then it's probably not such a big deal. To lose your arms and legs.
No, that's not true at all. That's a tough one. So, eyes and hearing?
Yeah.
So you'd have to read Braille?
What's the worst of greater evils?
I would say not being able to move your arms and legs would be the worst. Because being in a chair from here down, you can't do anything. Now, is it just getting your arms and legs cut off, but you can still have your dick?
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, come on, you're a man, right?
I'm not, but yeah, I guess.
So, like, that's obviously the most important thing until you're at least, what, 80?
Having your dick is very important.
And so if you could still fuck, then obviously the arms and leg thing probably wouldn't be so bad if you still have a body, because you could do, like, prosthetics or whatever. I'm just saying, if you're blind and you can't hear, you're going to be Tom, man.
You wouldn't even talk.
He didn't say dumb. It's just blind and deaf.
Just because.
Right now, if I close my ears, I could still talk. My volume would. I can't. I'm having controlling the volume of my voice. But other than that, I would be fine. But not being able to see what people are saying would suck, because you're losing both that. So you'd have to learn Braille.
Right.
So here it is. This is your main event.
Anyways,
MJF.
Walter's leaving us. Bye, Walter.
See you, Walt.
Says, see us Friday for SmackDown. Have a good night, bud. Ravi says, Ayla, congratulations on being a grown-up. And Walter says, fight, Lance Archer. Film says, you don't want to be like Lil Pumple because he has a lot of tattoos on his face, or Post Malone. Walter's like, get Dan Lambert out of there. Pico says, I'll get butt stuff on my knuckles. Do you want to see that? Feels like
stuff.
tattoo faces cringe. It was like, yes, Fat Lisa, yes. Ian Glazer's in the chat. Hey, Ian, Vindicator says, Travis the Hangman is being mishandled, your favorite word, and hung out to dry. Manhandled, my bad.
Manhandled.
Ian says AEW Dynamite TBS. And Walter says Chris Jericho, Judas on my mind. Pico is laughing. Looks like the redhead is Kaylee Ray. She was the former NXT UK Women's Champ.
That's who it is.
Ian says, do you like
So
Iron
yes,
Maiden?
she must be European.
And Ian says, I love Iron Maiden. And Film says, I like AEW Dynamite TNT more than TBS.
I can honestly say I've never heard Iron Maiden. I don't know what their music sounds like. The only thing I know about Iron Maiden, since we're talking about that, is on Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure when they go back in time and the guy's like, put them in the Iron Maiden, and they're like, excellent! Execute them, and they're like,
oh, not that one.
oh, guess, or whatever they say. But that's all I know about Iron Maiden. So that's my extensive knowledge of Iron Maiden. Faces everywhere. Expectations going down to South Park. Are they getting rid of what's the name of that group? Fuck. Can't remember any groups now. Primus.
Oh.
Wes Claypool with his guitar.
I doubt it. It's just for their 25th season. Bobby's like, oh, D always laughing at me, ha ha. Luke says, Blink 182, popular songs, all the small things, what's my age again, damn it, miss you, Adam's song, and more.
The first two I know for sure. I can't remember the names of them.
I'm pretty sure I remember Adam's song.
All the small things, let me, use me.
Pico says, okay, then probably no sight or sound. I won't be able to listen to music. Jeez, that's depressing. And Walter's like, okay, bye, guys. See you Friday for Spectre. Read that. Ayla's like, night. Walter and Film says, how many women's matches did AEW have?
One, but they had a women's segment earlier with Brandy and Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah, Robbie says, who's the better wrestler, Jay Lethal or Ricky Starks?
Ricky Stark.
Pico says, take care, Walter. Just the one, Film Nation. And Film says, Picola, thank you for the information. Vindicator says, Deletha's favorite moment of the week will be Travis getting deep and philosophical with that arms, legs, ears, eyes answer. But I would have to agree, no replacing the satisfaction of good sex.
Yeah, you'd have to be able to,
do stuff.
Yeah, so if you're paralyzed from the neck down, no fucking way. Blind and deaf, way better.
Ian's like, the Trooper song. Pico's like, no prob. And Ian's like, Run to the Hills song. Robbie says the new Bill and Ted film is bad. Yeah, I've heard that. It's not really worth watching. Film's like, well, that's disappointing that there was only one women's match in AEW. They should do more just with honesty. They could have had done 3 or 4 matches.
Well, they can't because there's...
They could have done at least 2 women's matches, but they had to have all their stupid talking segments to try to make, like, storylines that are dumb as fuck. Vindicator says, but I'd rather lose my hearing than vision. Not seeing anything is the worst, and I would give up my legs over arms because I'd rather clean myself than have someone do it for me.
Well, yeah, but that's not the options.
Robbie's like, D. And Vindicator says, Picola, what's your favorite type of music? And Film says, I was happy to see Mandy Rose and Raquel Gonzalez by watching NXT 2.0. It was like, I fell in love with a girl at the Rock. I fell in love with a girl at the Rock show. She said, what? And I told her that I didn't know.
Must be a lyric.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Either that or she fell in love with the girl at the Tool concert.
Maybe it's lyrics to a song.
That's what I just said.
Film says, I love Mandy Rose armpits and Raquel Gonzalez armpits too. Good job. Pico says, I listen to everything, mostly 70s, 80s, and 90s. I
go 60s, 70s, and 90s. Very rarely do I do 80s. I do, but I forget about the 80s.
And Luke says, in 15 days, Korn will be dropping a new album, and one of the songs will be called Fuck Off, featuring Taylor Swift and Eminem. I'm actually so freaking pumped to hear what that will sound like, LOL. Looks like I fell in love with the girl at the Rock show is a Blink song, LOL. It was like, haha, it's a song. Ian's like 80s rock, Motley Crue, Poison, Def Leppard, Cinderella, Kiss, Iron Maiden, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin. Film says Mandy Rose's armpits are not toxic.
Just say Led Zeppelin for the 80s? Or is he talking about his genre that he listens
rocks.
to? Pretty sure Led Zeppelin was in the 80s.
And Vindicator says Jalitha just confirmed her own niece is crazy. Gotta love family, right? Yes. I love her to death, but yeah, she is kind of a little bit of a loopy girl. That might be the drug she's taking to feel better. Who knows? Either that or she ate too much garlic.
Does that make you loopy?
Oh my god, they made this like a 45-minute match or something. I thought it was like almost the end. I'm like, oh, it's almost the end. It's the main event.
I need to start my truck.
It's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. It's way too early.
Look they broke it.
Whoa.
They broke their stone.
How could they do that?
I don't know. It came apart. Maybe it was shaky. It's probably made in China.
Well, they are going to be in China, so possibly. The official had to, like, check it.
Oh, shit! CM Punk getting taken to. So they're really going to leave us 40 minutes for this match. Good deal.
Why do they have lights on them?
The balls? They shouldn't. I think it's probably just the lights from the air.
Mm-mm. No, they have lights on
Are you
top
talking
of,
about
like,
the very
little,
front?
Yeah, like they have little red and green lights.
It's probably like a laser thing.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Film
CM
says,
Punk
I love the
kicking
listen to 80s and 90s and modern music. I like to listen to Rick Astley. Never Going to Give You Up. And NF Cloud.
The only time I ever listened to modern music is when McKenna shows me something.
Yeah.
That's it. I haven't listened to the radio since 2001.
Ian's like, I listen 80s and 2000s because Slipknot, and I don't like Led Zeppelin. Janelle Jackson's in the chat. Hey, Janelle.
Hey, Janelle.
Says people are saying there's a special place for Vince McMahon because he released his own son.
Yeah, right. That's pretty funny. Although I don't like Tony Khan any better, so.
At this point. Ayla's like, I'm only kind of crazy. I know lots of songs and remember lots of lyrics. And Ayla's like, yesterday I did eat 4 raw garlic cloves. I figured you did.
Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Now it's slowly here to stay. So MJF's just leaving. He's just walking up the ramp. Obviously, this is a no disqualification or count-out match or something because they're all the way up in the stance and the referee's just following them. I'm pretty sure he'd just stay in the ring and count, wouldn't he? If it was a legit match. They're wasting people's food.
Ew. Gross.
He's taking selfies. So he's stomping on MJF. MJF looks like he's in a lot of trouble, guys. We're going to have to start a GoFundMe page for MJF, his medical bills. Oh, his groin. My hole.
CM Punk just wanted to make it so he couldn't have kids either because, you know, not like he's popping out any babies. It's probably what's wrong with him, not her.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Is that because his eyes are too far apart?
Mm-mm. It's because he does a lot of drugs.
Look at him punching him right in the face.
Ian's like, I don't like 70s and 90s and 50s and 30s. It was like, dude, freaking typos. I got you, girl. Because like,
The
yeah,
70s are okay as long as you
tattoos and
stay
then
away from the
karaoke, Ayla.
disco stuff. And like the Bee Gees had like 2 or 3 really good songs that aren't too disco-y. But like Blondie had a, Heart of Glass. That's a good one. Look that one up. It's kind of weird though, but it's still pretty good. I like it.
Because like, Ian's like, I don't like MJF. And Illa's like, nah, let's do it, Picola. It looks like I listen to mainly metal and rock, but I have so many off-brand artists I like. Taylor Swift, Pentatonics, 2 cellos, Blue Man Group. They put out actual songs. Hallison and much more. Ian's like, Led Zeppelin's too slow. Film says, I'm not a big fan of MJF, but he's probably going to beat CM Punk.
The new stuff that I've been getting into is this pirate rock.
That's so weird.
What do you do with a drunken sailor?
Oh
What
my
do you
God,
do
don't
with a
do
drunken
that. No.
sailor? What
No.
do you do with a drunken sailor?
Stop.
Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with the cat. I can't believe you don't like that.
Then
That's
he
such
was like,
good
Travis,
stuff.
could you handle a 60-minute match involving Philip Jack and Jake Friedman, even if it wasn't against each other?
I can handle them wrestling each other. I don't have a problem with these guys. As long as Daniel Bryan's not in the match, I'm fine. It's just Daniel is the hardest guy to watch because he's so slow. Like, he never gets into any sort of rhythms or any sort of move sets. But these guys, this is fine. I don't mind this, even though they're stopping. But at least he's celebrating.
And has to take a break because he can't keep up with them.
He's sweating out his meth.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I don't mind this. I don't mind the showboating, the high risk, high reward stuff here. That's a long way to jump.
Mm-hmm. Film says CM Punk can put MJF over. He should because he's supposed to be a pillar of the company, right? Matthew says I ruined a roast because I put 4 garlic bulbs instead of 4 cloves. LOL. Oh my goodness.
Oh shit!
Ouch. Ian's
Punk looked like he
so
ripped his arm off.
Funny. I think that might have hurt a little bit. Ayla's like, no, not ruined, better. Phil says, oh, MJF, LOL. Matthew's like, MJF and Punk could put on a hell of a match. It's happening right now, Matthew.
It's happening. Yeah, they're a 20-minute match.
McBossman was swimming in $100 beers and bills in a flaming hot jacuzzi with fiery tempered host named Lucifer.
Right? With a bunch of blondes.
With big boobies.
Yeah.
Ayla's like, I eat raw garlic when I feel sick. Super good. Way to kick my illness in the face. Pico's like, I listen to too much metal during deployments, so I'm good if I never hear Godsmack, Disturbed, F50P, or AX7 ever again.
Well.
And as Ian says, I don't like Bee Gees. Robbie's like, some disco stuff is okay.
There's some, yeah.
It was like, I listen to everything pretty much, and Robbie says, just not the cheesy disco stuff. And Luke says, the most underrated band is also my favorite, Creedence Clearwater Revival.
They're definitely far from underrated. They're probably a top 7 band of all time.
Isn't that the one that sings The Bathroom on the Right?
Yeah.
There's a bathroom on the right. Ian's like, I love hard rock song. Robbie says, Ayla, you should listen to some UK garage.
Yeah, John Fogerty, his voice is one of the greatest in all of rock and roll history.
Luke says, I love pirate rock and Celtics rock.
Right?
I'm sure I would. I just don't like whatever version you're singing. Pickle's like, yeah, I'm learning to love covers like PMJ and Home Free. Matthew says, Blue Man Group is coming to my city in May. I might go. I always wanted to see them. Ian says, hey, Ayla, do you favorite rock band? Film's like, man, I can't stop laughing at the funny AEW meme. And Robbie says Brian is still rolling, still got more in his locker. Ayla's like, rock, ? Tool is her favorite band. Ian's like, my favorite Iron Maiden, Motley Crue, Poison. Film says, Taz, do you see my beautiful side hook? Hooks up, ha ha ha, lol.
Yeah, nobody likes Hook.
Not side, it's Sun. Oh.
Old
yeah, I don't
Hook.
know if that's really that funny.
What is that?
The caption on the meme.
Oh.
Matthew says Slipknot's new song is fucking sick.
Yeah.
And Matthew is talking about that weird band that Ayla loves.
Is it weird that all these rock bands are still going? Because I remember in the 90s, like, there was only, like, a couple bands from the 70s that were still going. Like, Aerosmith. Remember they came back with a pretty good album there. And his daughter was stripping in all the videos.
Ah.
With Alicia Silverstone.
Really? Weird. Hmm.
Like you don't know who Aerosmith is?
I didn't know his daughter did that in him, though.
Yeah, she did. I'm pretty sure they were working at a strip club or they were doing something. But anyways, they got all undressed in the bathroom. What was her name? Liv Tyler? Liv, right? She was in Lord of the Rings, I think.
Yeah, that's her. She's Arwen.
The Beautiful.
Yeah, she's Arwen.
But now it seems like all these bands like are still trying to rock out, and they're like they've got to be in their 50s and 60s and shit. That's fucking. That's almost just creepy.
A little bit. Huh?
Like I like looking, like Eric Clapton playing the guitar and Unplugged or something. That's pretty badass to me. But
Matthew's like, he said that stupid band that he likes. He said Pussy Fire. Oh my god. You guys are so mean. Ayla's like, ever listen to Fruit Salad mashup with Slipknot? Ian's like, Ayla, do you like Slipknot? Matthew says, Ayla, what's that? Ayla's like, sometimes. Ian's like, sometimes I like Slipknot. Ayla's like, YouTube it, Matthew. Fruit salad, Slipknot. Robbie says Travis has a voice Chad Kroger would be jealous of.
Old Chad Kroger.
And Ian's
I
like,
don't know who
I
that
never
is.
hear Tool. Matthew's like, Ghost has come out with a couple new songs too. Ayla's like, listen. And Robbie says Travis, they only reform for festivals. Like, they only get back together.
Oh, these bands?
Ayla's like, I like Ghost. And Ian's like, my dad is a big fan of Tool. Cool
Yeah,
beans.
nothing wrong with that. I mean,
Finally got caught up. He's way behind in the chat.
you take it as like a personal vendetta.
No,
Just skip.
It's just ridiculous. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm like behind a whole bunch. But there, got your. His shoulder must be better now. He hit it a couple times. That's always what makes it feel better.
That's what you do. You just hit your muscles.
He just
Listens
hit
them up. Oh, Bulldog! He's working around the reach around.
Chris Akane's in the chat. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Thanks for joining us, hanging out with us.
Ayla, Matthew says, Ayla, have you heard Hunter's Moon? Oh, do you think that's going to happen? I think that MJF is not going to win. Just kidding.
I have a feeling that something's going to happen in this match, and we're not going to get a real ending. A time limit draw. Can you imagine if they did that again?
Oh, my God. Death to Tony Khan! Film says that they copied from Claudia with the Chance of Meatballs, the movie, when the cop says, do you see my beautiful son, Kyle? Kyle says, what's up? Oh. It looks like Maynard is 55 years old. He's very successful. He's the lead singer of Tool, A Perfect Circle, and that other stupid band. Ian's like, hey, Ayla, where are you from? Minnesota, California. Robbie says he's from that shoddy band Nickelback. Ew.
Oh, the lead singer of Nickelback? I like him.
Nickelback.
I can't remember what it is.
Just kidding.
You don't like Nickelback?
It's a big thing. Nobody likes Nickelback.
What? Nickelback was like huge.
Nickelback is barf.
What'd they do? Did they offend somebody?
I have no idea.
Did they say something?
It was like a big thing. Like, it's like a big thing on the internet for like a long time. Nickelback is like the devil. Chris Akane says, so triple timing Lita wants to face two timing Bex for a title at Elimination Chamber.
Woo!
Yeah, that's supposedly happening.
That is happening. The betting odds are 1,500, a negative 1,500 for Bex. So you have to bet $1,500 to win $100. And if you bet on $100 on Lita, you can win up to 570. I think it's a 570, a plus 570 for Lita. That's what that means, by the way. A plus is if you bet $100, how much money you'll win, and a negative is you have to bet that to win $100. So if you guys don't know what a plus negative is in betting, that's what that means.
Yeah.
A negative's always the favorite. Sometimes you can get two negatives though. Like we see that in fights a lot, like in the UFC.
That's true. We have seen that.
You'll see
like,
two
they're
negatives.
both like favored, but the one's more favored than the other. Luke says the extent of Liv Tyler's career, stripper and Aerosmith videos with Alicia Silverstone, over 100 movie roles, which 79 are her playing strippers or prostitutes, and then Arwen, a roller coaster. LOL. Ayla's like, I'm from New Jersey. Ian's like, I'm from Minnesota. Ian's like, okay. Ayla's like, you ever go to Fargo for the crime? Matthew's like, Maynard also has vineyards. He is a wine guy. He was in the army too. Very smart guy. Ian says, hey, Chris Akane, do you like Nickelback? And Piccolo says, haha, I'm from West Philadelphia, born and raised. It was like, I love him, Matthew. It's like, Travis, you ever heard music from Leonard Skinner?
Yes.
I haven't, because that name freaks me out, horror movie style. Really,
Oh, no,
they have such good.
They have three songs that are
really good.
ingrained in like the DNA of anybody that loves rock and roll.
Yeah.
Like their guitar riffs and their just the music it's like soothing to your soul. At least three of their songs.
Chris says we are supposed to get a snowstorm tomorrow through Friday.
Yep.
Ian says, I do not like Nickelback. Ayla's like, at least I never knew that about you. Matthew's like, I too do not like Nickelback. And Film says the reason why nobody likes Nickelback because they thought they were a rock metal band. And Pico's like, bro, people who like Nickelback should be put into an Iron Maiden.
MJF just won. Put him to sleep. MJF won it fair and square. Put him to sleep.
Holy shit, he won it? I thought this was the main event.
I think there might be a little cheating. Maybe. He just choked him out. He won it fair and square.
You were watching the whole time and nothing happened? He didn't...
Something fell out of his armpit just there. He had that chain wrapped around it. They're going to keep it going. How much time's left? Yep, they're going to restart this. You couldn't restart the match. Can you imagine in the UFC somebody chokes somebody out, but they found out they cheated and they just restart it?
He gets another chance. The guy's all like on the way to the hospital.
Right? You'd be fucked up.
Well, get on him. Go beat him up some more.
As Punk's laid out.
Just go beat him up.
Go do it again.
Yeah, just...
Uh-oh. MJF still kicks out.
Right.
Everybody remember that MJF really won, so if anything else happens, it doesn't count.
It was like you have to closet your liking of Nickelback. And Film says, but I still love that one meme from Nickelback, which was, look at this photograph. Robbie says, Dee says she doesn't like Nickelback, but has their CD somewhere at her house.
So I haven't bought a CD since probably 2001-ish. The last one I probably bought was like that Sex and Candy song.
I don't think I've bought CDs.
I can't even remember the name of that group, but I smell sex. Because I finally got over myself because I would never buy anything that was on the radio. And then I finally got out of that, so I started buying CDs of songs that were on the radio. The only problem with that is there's only one good song on the whole CD.
If you don't listen to the rest of it sometimes.
And it was the song from the radio.
Uh-huh. That's usually what they do.
Yeah.
It's their most popular song because it gets a lot of listens, so that's all they play.
And then you buy the CD, there's 15 songs on it, and they're all shit.
And then all of a sudden, you'll hear another song on the radio, like later on, and you'll be like, wait a minute. And they'll be like, this song is from, and it's from the same damn CD, but it's like you never heard it because you never went through the CD to listen to it.
I always listen to all CDs, but at least, I mean, I skip, because I'll skip to the song, and then I go about 15 to 20 seconds in, and then a minute in.
And then if you're not interested,
and
you're
then
done.
I flip, yeah. When I buy a new CD, especially when I don't know the groups.
Right.
Like that, who is that group? The Sex and Candy.
I don't know.
Smell sex.
Matthew's like, no, Marcy's Playground.
Yeah, Marcy's Playground. See, I'm pretty sure that was the last CD I ever bought. And then after that, I got this internet site, and it was called Kazaa. And everybody's computers were linked together, and you could just burn CDs. Like, you could just make CDs, and everybody, like, anybody that had Credence on their computers, you could just get into their personal files. Mm-hmm. I feel like you're not listening.
I'm listening. You get into our personal
like
files.
All twitchy or something over there. But anyways, yeah, they would just have it on the Kazaa. And so you had ample place. Have you ever done the torrents? Mm-hmm. It's that.
Right.
And it had like Seeds and another one.
Yeah.
And whatever had the most would be the quickest. Yep. And that's what you would do. But then I think they closed that site down or something. But we did that forever.
Yeah, and then they like popped up another one after that. And
yeah, that one was famous. That one was, what was it called? The guy became super famous for it.
Yeah.
Dumpster or Cavester?
Napster. Vindicator says, if I got a nickel back for every day of the year, I would be rich. But someone needs to do the math real quick. What's 365 times 5? Matthew says, I love me some Kelly Clarkson. And Chris Akane says, rip Shotzi's dad. Lots of people online bitching about how she set up a GoFundMe for funeral costs because they think she has money. Which isn't true because lots of girls don't get paid as much as men.
Yeah, she's only probably getting paid around $100,000 a year. Or maybe $75,000 a year.
Yeah. Peacock says, then take my hearing away, so you want to be a rock star.
Yeah, that's it. That's my favorite Nickelback song. Because he talks about having a baseball big enough to play baseball in.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the greatest verse maybe in music history.
Chris says, oh, did someone say Alicia Silverstone? Yeah. They were talking about it earlier. Robbie's like Vindicator with
As
the pun
if.
play on word jokes. And Chris says Freebird is best Leonard Skinner song. Pico says, oh, what was that? And Vindicator
I like
says,
Simple
I see
Man.
you, Robbie, because you see me.
But Freebird has the best guitar in it. But Simple Man is my
Best
favorite,
lyrics.
like, for me.
Vindicator says that. Film says, yo, MJF won. Wow, bruh, that's funny. And Film says, what? They're going to rematch the match? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they...
Well, they don't want Punk to lose, you know. They have to give him a fair chance. Robbie's like, MJF gonna say so unbearable now he's beaten CM Punk. Matthew's like, Marcy's Playground. Ayla says, I always burn CDs from friends. I bought Avril Lavigne, though. Film's like, rather rematch between MJF and CM Punk. Film's like, round 2. Matthew says, cassettes, mixtapes, bitches.
Never had a cassette player
mixtapes.
after I was like 12. I had tapes. I got my first tape was Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Cassette players where you mixed tapes where you took the songs off the radio.
And then I had a big ghetto blaster that had the 2 decks.
Yep.
And I could go from machine to machine. But then I got a Walkman and CDs like Sawyer Brown and Garth Brooks. And I'm trying to remember who else I had. Oh, Too Short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came from a very well-balanced family.
Robbie says, D, what did you have on your 8-track?
Yeah. She never had the 8-tracks, guaranteed. I mean, her parents might have an 8-track player, but... My grandpa had an 8-track player, but he had an 8-track that had a cassette tape in it.
Yeah.
So you could put the 8-track in there, and then you could put your cassette in there, and then you could run the string out, and then you could put your CD player into that. So you're playing a CD player through the cassette tape, through the 8-track, into the 8-track player, and that's how I'd blast the music through those little paper speakers.
Yeah. So my parents had a record player, 8-track player, and had 8-track tapes. So yes, I do know what 8-tracks are, and we have them.
Yeah.
And they also, when they bought their car in the 70s, has an 8-track player in it.
Mm-hmm. I have
brand new.
I have downstairs in that dresser, Kenny Rogers the Gambler on 8-track.
Right.
Like that's one of my favorite songs.
That's funny.
You got to know when to hold.
It was like I had Beastie Boys on cassette. Matthew's like LL Ravi. Pico's like he used Pirate Bay forever ago, right? That's usually one I
got
too.
that one and Fat Boys also on tape. I don't have it anymore, but.
Ayla says, and Spice Girls. And Luke says, LimeWire is the only good torrent site now. Robbie's like, Napster was bad. Luke's like, Metallica became a hated band for taking Napster down, right? Robbie's like, Kelly Clarkson, she loves cake. And Matthew's like, the 90s really had some good music. Robbie's
Are you saying that she's fat?
She really,
I said that on
really
Facebook, and like I lost like friends. Like people like disowned me on there because I said, who's the fat girl in the car commercial? And literally, like, people, like, IM'd me or DM'd me or whatever, and, like, we're upset. And I'm like, bye. You're like, I didn't give a fuck.
Right? Like, why would you?
Like, I haven't seen you since high school. Bye. I don't want anybody that I can see their bones through their skin.
Robbie's like, yeah, I had Kazaa and then LimeWire. And Vindicator says, Travis, I know you don't like men fighting women, but at this stage of their career, who wins a match between CM Punk versus Ronda Rousey?
Oh, God. There again, it would depend on what company. Because if it was in AEW, they probably wouldn't even allow Ronda in there. So
Matthew's like, LOL, Metallica did a Twitch stream and they couldn't play their own music because of copyright issues. That's irony, right?
That's funny. You know, a lot of those Irish, a lot of those bands don't own their own music.
Yeah, it's not owned by them. It's actually owned by their
producers
and the companies that do their song.
Like Taylor Swift. She couldn't do. I don't know if she couldn't sing her own stuff, but she didn't have the rights to her own stuff at first. She probably does now,
even though
or
she
at least
wrote
some
all
of
the
it.
songs.
Yeah, it was her instruments. It was her artwork. Like she drew the album stuff. I guess I don't know. I've never actually seen a Taylor Swift album, so I don't know what it looks like.
Either,
so I don't know if
I'm
it's
sure
hand drawn art or if it's like just a picture of her. Like I have no idea what it looks like.
Film's like, okay, Ms. Dio Travis, my favorite people to talk to. I have to get going now. I will show up for the next live stream for Friday Night SmackDown. God bless America. God bless WWE Women's Armpits. Peace out. Thanks.
Peace
Film.
out.
Have a great night. # some stuff. Let's see. Chris says, I've got a friend in low places and whiskey and
Oh
Garth Brooks stuff.
my God. That song changed lives. I've got videotape of me sitting on my dad's couch singing that to the top of my lungs when I was like 6th grade. I got friends in low
Matthew
places.
says, oh, I think lousy Ronda Rousey would beat Punk. Ugh. Robbie says,
Probably.
I had the Sony Walkman that didn't have the rewind function. You had to turn the tape over to fast forward to listen to the song again. Oh, that's funny.
I had one. I had like a cheap one for a long time. And then I got one for Christmas that was yellow. It was Sony, but it was their waterproof one.
Yeah.
And it had this thing you had to pop off, and then it opened, and then you could put your tape in and close it and then lock it. And it was completely waterproof.
Never had one of those, but I remember what they look like.
They were gray and yellow.
Uh-huh.
Woo.
I went a little too far there. I guess I don't know how
I don't know
works.
the sport. It looks like a...
I think it's supposed to stop in the rings, though.
Yeah, but she did that on purpose. They're all high-fiving and shit. So.
Oh. I don't think so.
No,
I
don't
think
know.
that she did it, but it wasn't supposed to be. She was probably aiming for one, like that yellow one right there.
Right.
That's what they were aiming for, to get it out so that she didn't, but she missed. She was trying to hit it more.
Why wouldn't you just take it head on?
I don't know.
Crush it.
I'm sure there's some weird advantage to doing what they do.
You guys, so the Olympics are already on.
We were watching.
But the opening ceremony is not till Friday. And it starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. You should stay the night.
What?
Wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
Where is it? What night? What am I doing?
Thursday night, Friday morning, 4:30 in the
Next
morning.
week?
No, in like 2 days.
This week?
Yeah, Friday morning at 4 o'clock.
That's when they're doing the opening ceremony?
Yes. Well, the original one, and then they're going to replay it that night at 6. But we won't be able to watch it because SmackDown's going to be on.
Oh. So you want me to stay tomorrow? Chris says, old Kenny Rogers is from my hometown of Houston, Texas.
Oh, boy.
Matthew says, Adam Sandler, the Jerky Boys, Weird Al, those albums were fun. Film says, love y'all, take care, and bye. And Matthew says, be safe. And Luke says, Taylor doesn't own the masters from her first 6 albums, but she owns the publishing rights, which means she owns the lyrics and compositions, which is why she can legally re-record her original albums. Yes, but wasn't that what she fought for? Because wasn't that a big thing of what she was trying to do, was get those rights because she didn't have them? And she was trying to get them from that guy.
I know she had like a big meltdown on like national television about it.
Yeah. Robbie's like, D, a Taylor Swift fan. We learn something new every week on the Gab. I am not a Taylor Swift fan. That's all Luke that's a Taylor Swift fan. Did you notice me saying anything about her? That was all Travis talking. Did you forget that he has that voice, not me? Like, my lips weren't moving.
I like Teardrops on My Guitar and Tim McGraw and the one where she's tearing the car apart at the mansion. That's a newer one. It's on the 1989 album.
Oh, yeah.
Luke's told us the name of it before, but I have no idea what it's called.
I think you had me listen to that one. That was when Mike McKinnon was still listening to that kind of stuff.
That's a really good song.
Matthew says showbiz is crazy, listening to some stars discussing their contracts, the words they use. It's weird, like they own your soul. TLC won some awards and were speaking, saying that they are broke. The hottest R&B band in TLC were broke. That's ate up. Looks like
I'm gonna burn the shit down like I'm Left Eye. Left Eye. Gonna burn the shit down like I'm Left Eye.
Yeah, totally.
TLC.
Burn it down like.
Poor Andre Rison. Dude comes home and his house is gone. He's like.
Because she burned it down.
Oh, she burned that shit down like Left Eye.
She's like, bitch, I'll show you for cheating on my ass. But he probably didn't. She was just making it all up in her feeble head.
It's creep. It's creep. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Because we ain't no scrub.
I thought, Luke, that it wasn't just their masters. I thought a while ago she was trying to get, like, her lyrics and publishing rights.
I don't know. She was
but
airing her differences in public. And that's how I had heard about it.
Yeah, maybe it is the masters stuff. I mean, I just heard it from hearsay crap. I have no idea.
Oh, we thought that referee was going to go out. Look at that. MJF hit him with a low blow.
Nice, when the ref wasn't looking. I love the cheating. It's perfect. Cheats more.
That would have been funny if he'd have beat him that time.
Right?
They're making it up.
It's fucking classic.
Now it's a classic.
It's so classic. Looks like so because she owned the compositional rights, she is recording them, and the new label she signed with allows her to own the masters to any and all albums under the album. I see. So she's re-recording all of her old songs.
So she just re-releasing them?
That's kind of weird, I guess.
It just sounds weird. But I don't know enough about it.
Pickle says, yeah, all I listened to was rap and R&B growing up, but after a time, I expanded to EDM and more than just pop radio.
Right. I don't know what EDM is, but
I don't know what it is either.
I listened to the hip hop
metal
stuff in the old days.
Extra death metal.
EDM, electric death metal. Guar.
With synthesizers in
All
the
day.
background. Yeah.
Your socks, they smell. Your feet, they stink. You never take a bath. Your nose, it runs. You bust your buns and always finish last. Oh, I'm so sick of you. You ever heard of Guar? They have like these like huge like monsters on stage, and they like decapitate them, and the blood like squirts out all over the crowd.
That's weird. Okay.
They wear these huge like helmets. Like I don't know if they're dinosaurs or just monsters.
United States got owned in the curling mixed
Oh!
doubles.
You're a failure for your country.
Probably had the
Do you have the twisties?
It looks like on her first 6 albums, since she is the credited songwriter in all the albums, she owns the copyrights the second she writes them. Pickle says, like, Chris, you still here? I was way into Chopped and Screwed. Mid-2000s was nothing but DJ Screw. Ayla's like, have you watched season 4 of Fargo? Delete that. I have not taken the time to watch it. I'm trying to remember if I finished season 3. I think I did.
We're trying to finish Seinfeld.
Yeah, it's almost done. So...
And then it's I Dream of Jeannie.
Right. I think... What was the other one we were going to watch?
I don't remember.
It was on Hulu or Peacock or something. We talked about it and we're like, oh, we should watch that one next.
It was an oldie. I don't remember what it was, though.
As Piccolo says, all Southern rap. I know nothing about that.
Oh,
That's probably
shit.
the only genre I did not listen to.
Southern rap?
Any kind of
Like
rap
Master P and
anything.
I can't remember their damn name.
I don't know. He's talking about DJ Screw or whoever.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. But there was a lot of Atlanta rap at that time, too. That was like Ludacris and Little John.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. But that was right when I stopped listening. Was when Ludacris came out with his second album. Is when I stopped listening to music for like a decade. I didn't hear anything new. So like Ludacris is still kind of new to me when I listen to some of his stuff.
I think I had you listen to that one song by him. It's pretty
Porn star dancing.
I don't remember what it is. It's the one that I have on that one mix CD I made that's like it may have a beat.
Oh yeah.
Luke says she is re-recording them. They are basically the same, but her voice is so much more matured, and the instruments are more modern sounding since recording equipment has advanced.
So she's re-recording her country stuff. Is she still doing it country though, or has she changed it to that stuff that she does now?
She changed it to alternative rock style.
So it's not. So it's not country anymore.
I mean, I'm asking, not saying. I'm asking the alternative rock style. Luke's like, also, since Scooter Braun only owned the masters for her 6 albums, he has to get Taylor's permission to let movies, commercials, games, and shows to use them. And Luke says, but since she's really recording movies and shows and all that, can now just go directly to her for her music. Matthew says, isn't Ludacris from the Dirty South?
Yeah, Atlanta area.
Roberto Lozano says, have a good night.
Like the Dirty
You
Birds
too,
Cake for
Roberto.
3.
Thanks for hanging out with us for a little
Punk's
bit here,
biting him.
watching the biting people.
He's a wachati.
And what chatty biting and whatnot.
CM Punk
I
gonna
guess
hit him
that
with the
low blow
pedigree.
didn't do anything because he has no balls. So.
He's gonna hit him with the pedigree. Oh no, though. Yeah, pedigree.
Oh, God.
Off the top.
Why was his knee all weird? That's weird.
I don't look like he hurt it though.
No, but he landed on it like.
That's awesome. He's copying his old boss.
He's like, I really wanted to do the Shane McMahon.
Not Shane.
Oh.
Triple H.
Oh, Triple H.
That's the pedigree.
Ah, Pickle's laughing. LOL. Laughing. Lots of laughing.
MJF's out, so all he has to do is get on him and it's over.
I'm
Oh
just
no,
like,
he's waking up.
Dude, get away. It's like, I'm just going to go over here for a second. We're all taking naps tonight.
If MJF was wise, he'd just roll out of the ring.
He's
There he
probably
goes.
going to. He's a
that's-
very veteran type
For a
wrestler.
24-year-old.
He's very veteran-y.
That's very, very wise.
See how he landed on his knee all weird? See, look. See?
Yeah. Well, yeah, nobody wants to land on their knees from the top rope.
Right. I don't know why he landed on both of them. That's so weird. Like, he landed on his knee. It was so weird. Luke says each album literally sounds almost exactly like the original. She only changed how instruments sound and how she sings things. Well, if she's changing how she sings things, then that means it's not like the original. So that doesn't mean that she's twanging it out country style. That means she's making it like her new stuff. Matthew says Punk used to do the pedigree in the indies.
There he goes. Pile driver. No. MJF rolls him up, too. Would that have been a fruit roll-up? And yes.
Yes. Fruit roll-up.
Uh-oh, big kick.
Matthew's like, Punk used to do the pedigree in the indies. And Piccolo says, and he must have heard you there, Travis.
Yeah. Punk going up top. This is just very, very risky. Elbow drop, maybe?
Oh my God,
Randy
roll
Savage
out
style?
Roll out of the way, MJF.
He doesn't have the balance. His knee's going to blow. His knee's going to go out on him.
No, it's not. See?
Oh, he lands it. MJF kicks out.
Looks like she has released their re-recorded Fearless and Red album. They sound exactly the same, just more technologically advanced. She keeps the twang. So she makes sure it sounds like her country-like stuff that she had then.
That looks like our mountains.
They're not in China. That's ridiculous. Just kidding.
Yeah, this is the downhill skiing stuff, I believe.
They're like, we don't have any snow in this area, so.
They call it alpine. Is that Tyrion Lannister?
He feared nothing. I don't think so. Except what mattered to him most.
Is there like a famous dwarf that we don't know about?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's Jennifer Lawrence as a redhead. That's creepy as fuck right there.
Chiron?
Serrano.
Serrano?
That's interesting.
No.
Anyways, Matthew says, yeah, it was the
Look at
Pepsi
Wardlow.
Plunge, a top rope pedigree. Oh, God.
Wardlow's coming out there.
Please don't make it so he's the reason why MJF loses.
He might attack MJF.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Looks like I only mean since her once has changed, there are certain notes she changes based on if she can hit them now.
So is he going to step out of the way?
Pico says, good shout, Matthew.
See, he is. He's going to step out of the way.
Oh, jeez, this is dumb.
See? He stepped out of the way. No, it's
Right.
not. How is that dumb? This is great storytelling.
I don't know, is it though?
Yeah, Wardlow got out of the way.
So now he's a CM Punk guy.
No.
Matthew, I'm not saying that he should be with MJF. I think Wardlow should just go out on his own.
He's
but,
going to.
I mean, it's just weird. Matthew's like, woo.
Watch
woo.
out here, though, because MJF's all by himself. The referee's not looking.
No. And he's up. Kapow!
Big right hand. He had a loaded.
He had his ring in his.
A loaded right hand.
How sweet.
It's going to be over again, guys.
I love his.
He's going to beat him
cheating.
twice in one night. 2 times in one night. If that was a triple threat, he beat him in the first 2 rounds.
That's nice. Good job. I can't believe they did it, but
Oh, I knew
I'm
that.
glad that
I
he
knew for a
did.
fact.
I knew he was going to cheat somehow. I just wasn't sure how. So he cheated twice to win. One was a little too obvious. The second one was more his style. You know, the ring in his pants. It's just so weird. Looks like, and she put all the songs that were going to be on the original albums, but were cut by the label back on the re-recording. She calls them from the vault tracks. Oh, okay.
So get this. They're in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
They're at his home.
Nobody's happy.
Everybody's
That's
pissed.
awesome.
That is how you get instant heat.
Set.
See, you choked him out earlier.
How dare you?
The referee had no business restarting it, just so Punk could get beat up again and lose this time by pin.
And
So he submitted and lost by pinfall in the same match.
And hopefully,
Did you see MJF or
Wardlow
Wardlow's?
passed the ring to him when he was
Right.
in front of him. So I was gonna say something. I don't remember what it was now.
They're in Chicago. That's all I know.
Oh yeah.
Smack. Oh, I shouldn't put that there.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't. Anyways, Pico is like, fair fight, nice. I don't know if it was fair. As Pico says, the AEW gives us what we want.
Look at this. Alpine skiing. There's nothing funner than this. My buddy Jason Lawrence used to do this.
Yeah, fast. Go down fast. Fast, fast, fast. Looks like she officially released the 10-minute version of All Too Well, which was actually the original version, but the label told her to shorten it. Like the new Red album has 30 songs now.
Like the kids do, they cannot handle it. Like McKenna listens to my music, and my music's like 4.5, 5 minutes long, and she's like, "Why are the songs so long?" And I'm like, "What? You need to listen to Stairway to Heaven, sweetie."
That's a long song.
I'll show you long. Now Taylor Swift has a 10 minutes long.
Vehicle says CAW gives us what we want. Matthew says it's cool that Punk put MJF over. Well, he should, because MJF is
the
a
future
pillar of the company.
A real pillar.
They've said he's a pillar. They show him a pillar. He is a pillar.
Okay, I don't agree with half their pillars, but I do agree with him being.
So it's, what it is. But anyways, that's the end. There's no more AEW tonight.
This is the end.
We're going to be back on
The
Friday,
end,
though,
my
for
friend,
some SmackDown.
The end.
You guys should be happy about that.
SmackDown.
For SmackDown?
And we won't be able to do Pip, although I could probably do it on my tablet.
Pip.
That means picture in picture. But anyways, thanks everybody for watching Wrestling Gab, and we will see you on Friday.
Yes, Friday for SmackDown. Bye, everybody. Have a
36
great
hours.
night.
Bye-bye.
Thank-